Hi, I'm Ralph Rigelke with Marketing Technic, and I'm today connected with Dries and David Briggs. Last week, Qorvo announced the acquisition of United Silicon Carbide, and so Chris Dries is the CEO of United Silicon Carbide, and David Briggs is Senior Director, Programmable Power Management at Qorvo. So many thanks for taking the time.
Our pleasure.
Yep, pleasure.
Well, I know Qorvo primarily as an RF company. So why did Qorvo acquire United Silicon Carbide, a power company which is serving a totally different market?
Well, as Dave can explain a little bit after I speak, they've been looking to grow in power for several years now, having acquired Dave's business, Active Semi, back in 2019. And it's pretty clear it's part of a greater, diversification strategy within Qorvo. It's pretty clear that electrification of automobiles, renewables, data center growth, all require power, and it's also pretty clear that silicon carbide is an area that if you're getting into power, it would be a terrific place to invest. And so we view the Dave's team at PPM within Qorvo, and Qorvo more generally, is just hugely complementary to our current business.
Yeah, so as Chris alluded to, with the acquisition of Active Semi in 2019 into Qorvo, the programmable power business has exploded. It's done very, very well. On our businesses that we focus on, we've gone in, we focus, we do well, and now that we have Qorvo's backing, it funds us to do more R&D and gives our customers confidence in our abilities to deliver. And so, yes, it's totally different markets, but the technologies that we have been developing within PPM today are very applicable to the United Silicon products, and bringing them over allows us to go into new markets quicker than what we had anticipated. And so we're excited to have them on board to accelerate our strategy as well as Chris's.
So how will the customers of United Silicon Carbide benefit from this acquisition?
Well, I mean, Qorvo is an enormous business with 8,400 employees and part of the S&P 500. So, our customers can, gain confidence that we're going to be here, to serve them for the next decade and beyond. And as Dave mentioned, the benefit for Qorvo to Active is being able to tap the balance sheet of Qorvo to really accelerate the growth and continue the investments that our team have made over the years. And then, obviously, the reach, the customer reach that Qorvo has as a multi-billion-dollar company is just tremendous. So, going into their existing customers and then complementing our existing customers is just going to put the afterburners on our business.
On the other hand side, how will the customers of Qorvo benefit from this acquisition? Where do you see synergies, Dave?
Yeah, so, with the customers of Qorvo, as just the PPM, just offering the controller, let's say, on the power management to our customers are still left with dealing with the power components themselves of how to choose them, design them in, and it's not trivial. Coupling our controllers with the United Silicon Carbide power technology, we're able to do an end-to-end design and really tell our customers quickly how to get the solution they need, and taking that burden off of them of having to determine how to use my controller product and the United Silicon Carbide products together. We will have already solved that. So that will benefit them. And as we go forward, we will be able to offer them much more optimized platforms for their next generation. Between my technology and Chris's, they will work together seamlessly and give the customer exactly what they need for their systems. So to the synergies, the good part is we're all in power. The good part is that Chris's team brings the high power expertise, the power technology in terms of the FETs and the capability. My team brings the control technology, the high voltage, low voltage analog IP that's necessary, and the programmability. So coupling these two together really can create some very unique and differentiated products that our customers value at the end of the day and helping them achieve their goals.
How will United Silicon Carbide be integrated into Qorvo?
So Qorvo has two primary business units. It has the mobile products group, which you can imagine, is mostly cell phones, and it has the infrastructure defense products group, IDP. So I'll be reporting into Philip Chesley, who's the newly appointed president of IDP, coming from Renaissance, where he has also a lot of experience in power and the kinds of end markets that we serve. So it's kind of a really exciting time for everyone within the IDP group of Qorvo. But our team is, left intact to go run our business, and we'll continue to operate out of our Princeton facility and our other facilities around the world.
So United Silicon Carbide is a well-established brand name in the power semiconductor area. What will happen to this brand?
Well, as you can imagine, many of these marketing communications areas are an area of transition. So we'll have a transitional logo where United SiC is now Qorvo for a period of time, and then we'll eventually use the Qorvo brand. Again, as what we're working to do is actually make sure people understand that Qorvo is not just an RF company; it is an RF and power business. So that's what we're building over the next decade.
So how will the United Silicon Carbide part evolve? Will it refocus on other applications, for example, RF, or will it stay focused on industrial and automotive markets?
Yeah, we're going to stay focused on our 5 core market areas of automotive, industrial power, data centers, renewables, and circuit protection. Those are our 5 key pillars. But to your point in RF, we now have the ability, under the Qorvo brand and the Qorvo connections, to go supply power to their RF customers. RF is not just wireless; that you need power to actually fire up radars and everything else.
So I remember that Analog Devices had invested into United Silicon Carbide in early 2019. So Chris, what has happened then? Can you comment on why Analog Devices didn't acquire United Silicon Carbide?
Well, I can't comment on our process, Ralph, but I will share that we have lots of friends and really bright colleagues at ADI that we hope to continue to support. This is a business in semiconductors where oftentimes you do partner with people that you compete with. So, like I said, I'm hopeful that we'll be able to continue to support ADI and the other power semiconductor businesses that we support.
So, Chris and David, many thanks for taking the time today.
Our pleasure. Thanks for having us, Ralph. Good to see you.
My pleasure. Yep. Thank you, Ralph.